Castle Rock is one of those places people don't plan on falling in love with until they slow down long enough to actually see it. I'm GENA Graham, and today we're driving the back roads of Castle Rock, Washington, the parts you miss when you stay on the freeway. I grew up here after moving up from California in junior high, moved away, and eventually found my way back to the Pacific Northwest. And today I'm joined by Matt, who recently made his move from Arizona and instantly knew this was his home too. We're talking about why people choose Castle Rock and why life feels like here it's the best place ever. And why would you actually ever consider looking back from where you possibly have moved from? Let's take a drive and let's introduce, and here is Mr. Matt.
Hi, GENA. Thanks so much for having me here. It's been really amazing coming from a place like Arizona to a completely different environment like Castle Rock. You know, a place where you're snowed in by the sun to a place where summer is something you look forward to all year round is like a huge difference. And it's just so great to see what Castle Rock looks like even in January, because when you're in Arizona, winter is the boogeyman everywhere else in the world. People hide in Arizona from winter, but it's been a beautiful January.
Yeah, and there's something to be said about the sniff air test when you go out there and take a breath of fresh air. And what does that feel like to you when you, like the first week you were here?
Oh, well, we were coming from Bakersfield, and if you know anything about that area, there's a lot of air pollution there.
Oh, I've heard.
LA, just kind of the smog just settles. And so when we came up here, you walk outside and you see pine trees and you expect, oh, the air is going to be thin, because when you're in California, Arizona, if you see pine trees, you're at like 5,000 elevation. And here you're on sea level. There's trees everywhere. The air is so clean, but also just like that nice, calm, like you're not struggling to breathe in any way. It's pretty great.
And that is why they call it truly like the Pacific Northwest. It's just beautiful, especially the landscape. We have all the rivers, the mountains, the streams. We have the beaches close by. Portland, not too far away. If you want to be crazy for a night, it's not that far. People are like, oh my gosh, it's so far. It's really not. I think the weather overall, in comparison to the rest of the country, it's pretty mild. And with Portland being 45 minutes away and Seattle about 2 hours, easy to get to and from the airports.
Yeah, we used to have this joke in Arizona where they would say Phoenix is an hour from Phoenix, because you would have to take a whole hour just to drive to anywhere like really notable in town. We were in the Northwest side, and we would like IKEA, hour and a half, you're still in the same town. So to be in Portland in less time than that, but still living somewhere really remote is incredible.
And IKEA from Castle Rock, it's only an hour away. And guess what?
What?
You don't have to pay sales tax.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is no sales tax in Portland. We get so excited for that. We go down there and we're just like hoping everything's going to be like $200 more. And then they're like, yep, that's it. And we're like, oh, that's right. No sales tax.
And you have to be passionate here about beer or coffee, because Portland and Vancouver are big areas where they're heavy influence with the beer, wine, and coffee scene. Have you tried Dutch Brothers? Have you heard of Dutch Brothers?
I mean, there's a lot of Dutch Brothers in Arizona, but I've had so much fun coming up here and seeing like really like smaller coffee places and boutique places, like Compass Coffee that you've brought me to.
They're so cute.
I just was like, I didn't even know what coffee was before. I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, and of course you love Luckman Coffee right here in Castle Rock.
Yeah, that's a good one. Luckman has really, really great like Christmas options and stuff you don't expect. Like you think you have to go to, but they had it.
Yeah, I love the little town of Castle Rock, the downtown, the little restaurant, Amaro's Table. I think that was one of our first places that I met you and Ty at for happy hour. And what was your experience at Amaro's Table in Castle Rock?
That was actually incredible, because when you go to Castle Rock, you see all these rural neighborhoods and you see people with lots of space and equestrian. There's horses, there's cows, there's chickens. You don't think you're going to find a place where you can get like an amazing ribeye or like a cocktail like mixologist like type of situation and just like really beautiful sit down restaurant. I don't feel like I'm disconnected from that. And so when my family's coming up from San Diego and other places, they don't have to do that normal like what's there to have.
Can we just talk about the mac and cheese for a second? And how about the happy hour? $8 lemon drops. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, the happy hour is crazy because you get the lemon drop and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, since you got a lemon drop, a burger's $8. Where you can't even get an $8 burger at like anywhere but a fast food
And
place.
I love that Castle Rock has so many cute and small local little eateries, especially downtown.
Yeah, downtown, we've tried Thai food there, Tasty Thai. It's takeout
So
only,
good.
but
Oh
it's
my
like
God, it's
really
so good.
really authentic. The Oasis is really awesome. There's just a lot of like things to do. Castle Rock kind of just loves their downtown a lot. They take
And
good
what did
care
you think
it.
of the little shops downtown?
Oh, I love to go to Blue Flamingo and
So good.
Indigo. I got a sweater from there that I love. I
So
wear it all
good.
the time. And
You need that here.
yeah, no, seriously, I love layers. Like I like to wear
Yeah.
3 layers, but I also 100% cotton. It's hard to find. Like you go to the big box store and you're like, okay, it's all synthetics. It's not great.
Right.
So you find like local things. I had forgotten what mom and pop stores were because where I was, they just didn't exist. They couldn't survive.
Right.
So you would just see the same 14 shops and stores printed everywhere. And yeah, they're great and we know them and we love them. But it's nice to go somewhere where you're like, that's my neighbor. This is what they're doing. This is how I can support them. And it's cool to see.
And what do you think of the night scene here in Castle Rock?
There's a lot of stars. Luckily, nightlife stays, nice and tidy in Portland, where you can do like anything you can possibly think of, or Seattle, where you can do even more. But here in Castle Rock, it's nice and quiet. We used to have like crazy fireworks and things keeping our dogs up and that sort of stuff. And it's nice when it's just like, calm.
And just to give the viewer some little backstory as far as Castle Rock, just a general idea, the population here is about 2,400. It's about 45 minutes from Olympia, about 45 minutes from Vancouver, Washington. We have Ridgefield, Washington. They just put in the new Costco, which by the way is amazing. And rumor has it they may be getting a Trader Joe's really soon.
Yeah, honestly, there's 2 stores left and we've like shot the moon on this location. Trader Joe's, which is rumored, and then, one day we can dream for Aldi's.
And then you guys, what you see here to the right actually is a road that takes you downtown Castle Rock, but we're going to continue going. And on the right, we will be coming upon the Castle Rock High School.
Yeah, we actually got to learn a lot about the Castle Rock High School when we were touring the town, and the fact that Castle Rock has a bunch of classes there where they focus on plants. So Castle Rock has this big theme of blooms and plants and growing, and the Castle Rock High School actually supports their hanging flower baskets every year, and it's part of their curriculum. So it's really cool to see. And then right behind it is this huge sports complex with like football and soccer fields and all sorts of other places you can go, and then like a jetty straight down to the Cowlitz River. So this big like public space right there.
Have you heard of Castle Rock Blooms?
I did, yeah. That was actually what brought us to looking at the town, was just how much media attention the Blooms has and how much they do with the planting. Because when you think small town, you either think booming or dying, and Castle Rock is like peaceful, growing, taken care of. It's not a dying small town, but it's also not just being crushed by a bunch of development. So it's really great for a slower pace of life without, losing on anything.
Right. And Castle Rock Blooms has won several awards, and they really transformed the way the town actually looks, especially in the downtown area. Tons and tons of, they
Yeah.
just made the spring and the summers here gorgeous.
Yeah, you would like smell wildflowers in the air. There's just like flower petals flying around you all the time. It smells and looks incredible.
And what do you think about the real estate here? The prices, the land, the juxtaposition of the homes on the properties?
So I think the area is really set up for like a huge and up and coming push, because if you like, as you've shown me in Southwest Washington, there's a ton of development going on in Ridgefield and a ton of people that are moving to the Vancouver area as like Portland kind of spreads north. And so Castle Rock has gone from being like outside of town to being just outside of town, which kind of makes it like the perfect place to have lots of space. Like our property that we ended up going with is 6 acres. So we have all that space, all that natural trees and plants and stuff.
Right.
But we're like 25 minutes from a major grocery store.
Right. And this is the new development we just turned on to.
Yeah, this is the
Beautiful, beautiful brand new development right here in Castle Rock.
Yeah, this is the West Place development that we saw here. We actually looked at a bunch of homes here. We went with more acreage, but there's some beautiful custom homes on half-acre lots, and I think there's still a few lots for sale. You can see the signs up, and then some of the finished houses here. And I think it's 44 new lots right by the high school, right by downtown Castle Rock, just surrounded by all these gorgeous, pine trees.
And just for a little context, average sales price in Castle Rock is floating around over $500,000. The median sales price is about $472,000, and that's today. Things change. Today is January 28th. 2026 at this recording, so the prices do adjust. If the home's compelling, it's selling. So it's just hard to gauge that because homes here really do not last long if they're priced within the market and they're marketed correctly. Homes like this typically do not stay on the market long. They're turnkey, they're new, they come with warranties.
Yeah, these homes, I've seen all sorts of things people have out here. They have the RV
I love
garages.
this neighborhood.
Yeah, this neighborhood is super cute. There's an RV garage right there. So people have their campers, their RVs. They're big into outdoors. There's so many state parks and campgrounds and RV grounds in Washington. And you can go to the coast, which is only an hour and a half away, or you can go to Mount St. Helens.
Right. And if you guys have any other questions or you want to reach out to us, drop us a comment below. Let us know your favorite place in Castle Rock. We'd love to be able to feature it on another video in the future. And I'm GENA Graham.
And I'm Matt Pieri.
And we are local real estate agents right here in Southwest Washington.
It's just been great to kind of show you my new town. It's been just so wonderful to have moved here and just look at that sun.
Yes, welcome to Castle Rock.
Welcome to Castle
Rock, Washington, not to be confused with Castle Rock, Colorado.
Yeah, if you get some sticker shock, Castle Rock, Colorado is a little bit crazy.
It's pretty spendy. Anyways, guys, thanks for touring with us. Again, if you have any questions, please leave your comments below. I'm GENA, and this is Matt, and welcome to Castle Rock.